Are friendship ambassador episodes gonna be a new thing?
As the new official equestrian friendship ambassador to the dragons.
Because, you know, they got off to such a great start.
The official friendship ambassador to the Yaks!
It was charming when Pinkie Pie made that title up on the spot and Twilight just went along with it.
Okay, you got it. You have to make it official!
But now apparently it's a real thing. This episode should have started off with Spike asking Twilight for help and then her getting annoyed and giving Spike the title so we'd leave her alone. But that's not what we got.
You've been hanging around Twilight for too long.
Yeah, Spike has been spending too much time with Twilight. We can tell because he's really shit at scheduling. Because he invited two friends to hang out on the same day! How will he ever get out of this predicament? It's not like he could just fucking tell his friend he made a mistake.
Today I learned how important it is to be honest with your friends.
Hell, if he really wanted to, he wouldn't even have to admit he made a mistake. He could have said, "Oh, Thorax, I wasn't expecting you so early. Can you chill in the castle for a couple hours while I take care of some official friendship business?" Come on, even Applejack could have figured that one out.
Yep. Construction. That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
He'd rather tell 100 lies than one half-truth and end up trying to avoid both the people he invited until they leave?
All we have to do is make both Thorax and Ember feel special and keep them apart for a few more hours.
And to make matters worse, this is actually a stealthy map episode. Look, you know your episode has issues when the inanimate object is the smartest person in the room.
Apparently you also have to solve a friendship problem.
Oh, let's keep dividing your attention and being dishonest until your friends leave, hopefully. That's a great idea. What the fuck did you just say? You got friendship problemed.
You created the friendship problem by not trusting your friends.
Oh, fuck off, Twilight. Don't nod like you knew what was up the whole time. Princess of friendship, my inanimate ass.
We can do this.
And where even does the notion that Ember and Thorax would start a war come from? Thorax knows that Spike has a history of befriending seemingly hostile outcasts. And Ember is literally in Ponyville to make friends with strangers.
I can't exactly learn about friendship if I don't make new friends.
Thorax does say a couple things that kinda make me want to walk off a cliff. First he talks about indigestion, and I'm like, didn't he say this?
Once I made a few friends, I guess I just sort of forgot about the whole feeding thing.
And yeah, I know he mentioned eating physical food and celestial advice.
I want to have honeysuckle nectar for lunch.
Which I chalked up to Twilight being stupid.
This is Twilight's fantasy, Spike. There is no wrong way to fantasize.
Why would the whole changeling race be starving if they could have always eaten physical food instead of feeding off of love?
Changelings are always hungry. We can never get enough love.
But most importantly, their ability to generate and share their own love ended their hunger entirely.
You aren't hungry at all now? Sharing love is what made you different to begin with.
There's this renegade group of changelings who still feed off of love.
This is what happens when you give love freely instead of taking it.
Isn't that the whole reason he's a green boy now? Did they retcon that on purpose because they accidentally realized that two-parters weren't allowed to be good? Or did they make a mistake? Twice. And then another thing he says,
the story about my brother was when I was 2.
To which I must say, they showed his birth. Queen Chrysalis laid all those eggs. You know you're part of a brood, right? So which one is your brother, huh? This one? That one? All of them? There's a running gag with Ember not being able to tell Starlight and Twilight apart.
I'm sorry, but you can't blame me.
And instead of just pointing out that Twilight is the one with wings, Spike tells her to concede her point, even though that wouldn't solve anyone's issue.
One thing friends do is let something go when it's upsetting somebody else.
But I'm right.
Maybe I'm supposed to think it's clever that they didn't pay this off with a joke, but instead use that moment to lead into the resolution. But like, they totally could have done both. Not to mention she introduces herself as the winner of the Gauntlet of Fire.
I am Ember, winner of the Gauntlet of Fire.
Which is a pretty blatant lie. She came in second. She also says this.
Through feats of strength and fire duels, of course.
When she used to be like this.
But I'm smarter than most of these boulderheads and you know it.
Wait, hold on. Did Joshua Hamilton retcon Gauntlet of Fire out of existence? Am I allowed to be pleased with this after what I just said? Can I have a double standard this grievous in the same video? Just drawing attention to the fact that I have a massive double standard excuse my lack of integrity. Is it a good thing when the episode draws attention to its own flaws?
Is this another part of pony friendship? Telling each other what you learned all the time?
I guess we'll never know. I really can't hate this episode, and believe me, I tried. But it's too fucking cute. Thorax is adorable with his prancy hooves and his weird ass-up front legs only run that we only see a little of. I mean, just look at how badly he longs for death. I can relate. Plus, they got to take a mulligan on this and to actually make it funny. And the whole end part, like everything after Thorax and Ember meet, is just awesome. I appreciate how they do actually blame Spike for being a goddamn idiot.
You thought he wouldn't like me just because I'm a dragon?
You thought I would be too soft and someone like Ember would never respect me.
And that they actually let him have it.
I feel mad.
Been one of the greatest scenes in the whole show.
Whoa.
Because Spike's stupidity has always been more or less forgiven.
I was so worried about you. Why did you run away?
I thought you didn't need me anymore.
He actually fully suffered the consequences of being a bad friend for once. I mean, what can I say? I actually love it when they use friendship to solve a problem. That doesn't happen nearly enough in a show called Friendship is Magic. Now, go vote in Analysis Daily, because I am almost the champion. Also, my main channel and Patreon are both things.